The Inquisition has a purpose your leader lacks. Join me. A line from the Inquisitor herself, heard quite a few times during PAX Prime. Every single day, in fact, as BioWare showcased a live demo of the Fallow Mire, a location within Dragon Age Inquisition that players can explore, in a ploy to draw and fight the Inquisitor, or the famed Herald of Andraste. The Avar of the region kidnapped some of the Inquisition soldiers. In this side quest, it's your responsibility to find and rescue the soldiers. Now let's ease up a little bit and give you a sense of the world at its present state. There is a consistent and constant struggle with both faith and identity. Many are at war within themselves, as the events of the Veil tearing have shaken many people, causing them to question their beliefs. So many who have spent their lives dedicated to the Chantry are uncertain what to believe. After the Elder One purposefully tore the veil, as the Inquisitor put it, some kind of magic gone wrong, it's the Inquisitor's job to essentially heal the world. Closing the rifts not only increases your power, but also raises your favor with the people and nations affected by the rifts throughout Thedas. The Inquisition itself seems to have influence. A good number of Templars are present within the Inquisition, probably brought under the command of former Knight Captain named Colin. The Inquisition will have its start in Haven, the creepy town from Origins, but will move and expand to Skyhold shortly after the explosion. Moving on to the Fallow Mire, a very desolate area, recently hit by a plague that caused all the villagers to die. As Cole put it, they died faster than the villagers could burn them. Then, there was no one else left to burn, and thus living corpses also walked the lands, especially hiding in the water. The Inquisitor's accompanying party is Cole, Blackwall, and Solas. Cole, a mysterious yet kind blonde rogue. Karen Weeks says that, story short, he's a spirit. Personally recommend to read Dragon Age Asunder for more insight into Cole and his demeanor. Blackwall, the Grey Warden warrior and former Warden Constable, is also present. While the Avar and the Inquisition soldiers have called the Inquisitor the Herald of Andraste, Blackwall is the first companion to acknowledge the Inquisitor as that title that we've seen so far. And last but certainly not least, Solas is the elf in your journey that is rather mature and wise. A curious point made by editor Corey May is that half of Solas' lines are spoken in this strange rhythmic, iambic pentameter that namely his voice actor Gareth David Lloyd and Patrick Weeks. No, just an interesting tidbit. The companions will give advice during battle at certain times, like rushing to the castle and not bothering with idle enemies along the way. Of course, it's up to your discretion whether to listen to them or not. But in the Fallow Mire, where there's a lot of open land and little cover, sometimes the suggestions are very helpful. The quest involves the Inquisitor passing through 8 different regions in the Fallow Mire. While you can choose any path you want to take, or skip the area entirely, the demo went this way. 1. Survive the corpses, spirits, and demons that try to kill the Inquisitor. 2. Find an Avar guard and, with his help, destroy the Veil Rift he is guarding. 3. Find and unlock the gate to the Upper Keep while fighting through groups of Avar. 4. Slay the Hand of Korth. And 5. Decide whether or not to let the Avar guard from earlier join the Inquisition. In exploring the regions, if the party has a mage like Solas, Veilfire can be attained. The Veilfire can be used to find and light hidden runes which will reveal older messages and even ancient messages that need to be translated by your Inquisition soldiers at a later point. Also, Veilfire is used in a quest called Beacons in the Dark. That area-specific quest involves summoning demons with Veilfire and destroying them. Other than that quest, the Inquisitor can also complete Holding the Mire, which consists of establishing 2 camps within the Mire. Camps in general will offer different amenities, like potion tables. Some objects in camp are area-specific, like the Soldier's Memorial that is present in the camp of the demo. The banner was raised in memory of a soldier who died to the beasts in the area. And also, if need be, the party can also fast travel from the camp. These locations will increase the power and influence the Inquisitor and the Inquisition have. As far as exploring the area, there is an ability that seems like a pulse scanner. Any character, Inquisitor, or companion can do it. It senses nearby items, doors, loot, anything that the present character can interact with. It works effectively for gathering herbs or looting enemy corpses that you may have missed. Other than that seeking ability, each class has a very specific ability. Mages have Energize, an ability that lights a torch with Veilfire. While Energize is a mage-specific ability, these are namely used for exploration and side quests. Class-specific abilities will not affect the progression of the main quest. Further, because of it, you are not forced to bring a mage, or a rogue, or a warrior. However, in quests that aren't part of the main branching story, you may encounter certain opportunities more favorable towards a certain class. As far as combat abilities, Inquisitors have around 200 abilities to pick and choose from. Not much of the talent trees were shown during the demo. However, one specific combat ability showed itself during the fight with the Hand of Korth. To preface this ability, the Inquisitor in the demo was a warrior, not a mage. I'm inclined to believe this is a very specific Inquisitor ability. At the top of the steps were 2 Avar archers attacking the group. During the demo, the Inquisitor summoned a green cloud that resembled something similar to the Veil. Think the power of a singularity in Mass Effect. However, it was stationary. The dev playing the demo moved the camera away from the spherical fog during combat, but the archers were dead and the cloud dissipated at the end of combat. I'm not sure what this ability was, but if one were able to tear the Fae during combat, who knows what unique abilities the Inquisitor has. But then again, the main objective is to close those rifts. The Inquisitor's hand glows an extremely bright green when close to it. First time engaging the rift will summon waves of demons from the Fade who will protect the rift. The rift itself will coagulate into crystals and will not be interactive until all demons are dead. Once that happens, engaging the rift a second time will remove and heal the tear. All in all, the demo itself centered on showing off combat gameplay, like jumping off ledges and taking fall damage. And by the way, you can swim and take damage from diving too deep into the water. Rogues are extremely fast and keep that speed during stealth. Hell, something kind of silly is that even if you're in stealth, standing right next to an enemy and breathing down its neck, they won't know any better. A few things listed on screen to pique your curiosity: armor, items, trinkets, different baubles, and that sort of thing. Let's take care of a few remaining questions and answers raised during the demo. Friendly fire can be switched on or off in the options. There are no plans for local co-op for a campaign. We can translate this into saying there is no local cooperative mode for the release. This also stands for multiplayer mode as well. While consoles will run rather well, draw distance and some graphics will need to be slightly decreased to work on previous gen consoles, PS3 and Xbox 360. Frostbite 3 is an intense engine, will utilize the best on current gen consoles. Multiplayer combat is harder than single player combat. If you want to prepare yourself for the hardest of difficulties, like Nightmare, best to do multiplayer first. There will be no Mabari pet or companion. However, there is a Warnug mount. What a hell of a way to end a panel breakdown. Warnugs! That's the end of this breakdown. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any outstanding questions, please place them in the comment section below and let's talk about it. Don't forget to subscribe for more Dragon Age Inquisition, especially I will be talking about the merchandise panels as well as a couple of other things within the Dragon Age universe. Anyway, thank you for watching. My name is Ash. Fenharel and Ansal.